Welcome to the Set of Football Night in America. Mike Florio here with Rodney Harrison, Tony Dungy, and Mike Tirico. Guys, we are almost through 2 full weeks of the season. 7 teams at 2-0. Which one do we believe in the most, Coach?
Well, I'm going to have to start with Jacksonville. They've got that great defense. I think the best front four in football. But I was really impressed. Blake Bortles played an outstanding game today. He didn't have his running back, and for him to be able to beat the Patriots like that, not in the low-scoring slugfest where he didn't have to do much, he won the game. If he continues to play like that, they're going to be tough to beat.
I have to agree with you, Coach, because I look at Blake Bortles, and that's your boy, and you've always told me about him, believe in him. But the mental toughness by Blake Bortles, losing his #1 receiver this year, not having Leonard Fournette, his starting running back, and just playing with a bunch of kind of no-name guys out there. But the mental toughness that he showed was tremendous.
Interesting, in Tampa, Miami, Cincinnati, Denver, 4 of those 2-0 teams were teams that missed the playoffs last year. But you guys pointed out Jacksonville. What about Kansas City? I know they get off to hot starts. We've seen them fade, but it feels a little bit different with Mahomes for some reason this year.
They're really, really exciting. I'm still not sold on their defense yet. Okay. We saw some big plays against them. The Rams are the team that we don't know who they played, but I'll tell you what, they're playing outstanding offense and defense right now.
And, Coach, sometimes you just have to be able to play defense and stop people. You can't go into every single game trying to outscore people. The weather's going to change. You're going to have to be able to run the football. You're going to have to play defensively. I don't believe in the Kansas City Chiefs at all.
Yeah, but back to Jacksonville, one thing I'm very curious about, there was a lot of chatter in the offseason about not going for it more, not trying to attack, being down or up 10 points against the Patriots, taking a couple of knees at the end of the half. Do you think maybe they heard some of that and they're starting to incorporate a little more aggressiveness into the offense?
I think so, and I think the fact that Blake Bortles has played more football, they believe in him a little bit more. But I'm amazed they're doing it, as Rodney said, without your #1 receiver.
But it just really shows how much confidence the organization has in Blake Bortles. The fact that they're just saying, you know what, we're going to allow you to win football games. And the fact that they got up on the Patriots and they didn't run the ball and they weren't conservative, I love that. That's what's going to get them to the next level.
All the quarterbacks that were out there in free agency. Right. They could have had their choice of them, and they decided to re-up Mike with Blake Bortles.
Also interesting, too, in the league, rarely do you tie a team to an executive except for Jerry Jones with the Cowboys. But Jacksonville has become tied to Tom Coughlin. It's going to be built this way and done this way. Doug Marrone doesn't get much credit in this whole thing. He's building a physical team that dominates both lines of scrimmage. We saw that against New England. Those are the teams, like you said, Rodney, that can last when the weather gets bad.
Look at the 2 teams that played in the AFC Championship, and let's take an honest look at them. The Patriots did not look like they got better this year.
So far.
Right. But when you look at Jacksonville, it just looks like they've gotten better.
They believe in themselves. They were on the same field with New England and had a chance to win that game.
The Chiefs believe in Patrick Mahomes. I believe in Patrick Mahomes. I was calling for Patrick Mahomes last year when they were falling apart. But, you know, he told me after the game that sitting and learning last year really helped him. If he had played last year, he would have been winging it. Now he knows how to prepare. He knows how to study. He knows how to read defenses, how to execute Andy Reid's offense. And what the guy's done is incredible. He's never had a home game yet where he started. He's 3-0 on the road dating back to last year.
No, he's playing outstanding football, and I know what he's saying. Alex Smith, I'm sure, helped him a lot as he got to watch him. But who knows where Patrick Mahomes would be if he'd have played 10 or 12 or 14 games last year. He's playing lights out. First time around, he's gone on the road. He's looked like a 10-year vet. He's playing special football, but Andy Reid knew that because Andy loved Alex Smith and won a lot of games with Alex Smith, but he made the move and said it's time for Patrick Mahomes.
They've done a wonderful job of surrounding him with talent, a great running back, a really great tight end, a good all-around specialist in Tyreek Hill. They have weapons with Sammy Watkins, and no one cares who gets the credit. No one complains after the game if they only have one catch. They're all about winning football games.
Can they continue to do it through the air? Or are they going to have to build that running game as the season gets deeper? That's a concern?
You know what? I think they've proven that they can run the football last year. I think they have a lot of confidence in it. But I do believe they feel like passing the ball is a weapon. They have all these weapons. And at this point in time, they don't really have to run the ball.
I don't know if Andy Reid...
I coached against Andy Reid for a long time. He loves to throw the football. Yes. And his assistant coaches are having to tell him, run it, run it, run it. And now that he's got Patrick Mahomes and he sees these big plays, he'll want to throw the ball 50 times.
But the one good thing that it does. It keeps your big physical running back fresh going into the line.
I don't know if Andy's ever going to win a championship, but man, he has given us some entertaining football over the years.
But
offensive football, exciting football.
Yeah, Mike, but that's the reason why he got rid of Alex Smith. He wanted to go with the young guy because he wanted that vertical threat of the passing game.
Real quickly, 3 phases to the game: offense, defense, special teams. A lot of bad kicking today. I want to know, Coach, what would you do? You got a kicker who's struggling. What do you say to him to turn it around, or you just say, see you later?
No, if it's a guy you believe in, and I said this when Roberto Aguayo was struggling down in Tampa, you go to him and say, you know what? You're going to be my kicker for the next 5 years. I don't care if you miss every kick. Just go out there, relax, and be fine. Now, if you don't really believe in that guy, you get another one.
And Rodney, in the locker room, who orders the code red on the kicker if he keeps missing field goals?
We have so many things as an individual that you have to worry about. Your focus is on what you have to do. You don't say anything to the kicker. And plus, I've been blessed with great kickers throughout my career.
You never had to deal with it. All right, well, great stuff as always, guys. Thanks for some extra time, and we will see you all next week.